Improving on perfection. The Masters looks for advice. Golf patrons are playing an important role at Augusta National this week, a role that could impact the future of the tournament. WJBF News Channel 6's senior reporter George Escala live in the newsroom now. And George, it's the first time we've seen instant feedback at the Masters.
Survey says yes. The Masters, it's polling its patrons. They got 3, call them survey stations on the course this year. Golf fans are using computer touchscreens like an ATM to answer a series of questions about themselves and the tournament, questions about concessions, merchandise, tickets, parking, traffic. Even should the Masters use those large video screens on the course you see at other sporting events. They want to hear from the fans, get their feelings on how things are being run. What the patrons put in the poll could impact the future of the Masters. That's a lot of responsibility falling on the shoulders of these golf fans.
I can handle it. I got broad shoulders, and I welcome being asked and being able to share my opinions with it, and I'm thankful that they looking for the patrons to voice their opinions on it.
The Masters is looking for a lot of information, 180 different questions, but the questions are being rotated. So if you take the survey, you get about 35 questions. So it takes 4 or 5 minutes, and the feedback is instant. The tournament is looking at the results on a daily basis. Reporting live in the newsroom, George Escala, WJBF News Channel 6.
All right, thanks a lot, George. And if you're heading out to the tournament and want to put in your 2 cents, they're going to be taking surveys for the rest of the week.
Coverage you can count on begins tonight at 5:30 with change. It doesn't come easy to the Masters, but some major changes may be on the way thanks to the voice of the fans. This is brand new this year for the Masters, and they're asking fans to send them or give them feedback on how things are being run and what needs improvement. The fans are going to these survey stations and using touchscreens to answer questions about concessions, merchandise, parking, tickets, and even if they want to see the big screens all over the course. The results could impact the future look of the tournament. That's a lot of responsibility on the shoulders of these golf fans.
I can handle it. I got broad shoulders, and I welcome being asked and being able to share my opinions with it, and I'm thankful that they looking for the patrons to voice their opinions on it.
And patrons will have their say-so, so if you're headed out there, you'll have until Sunday to give them your 2 cents.
Making the best even better. The Masters turns to the patrons for the 411.
For the first time, the tournament is doing some the polling in the course of its patrons. WJBF News Channel 6's George Escala tells us how all the input could change the future of golf's premier event.
Yeah, well, we can believe it. It's feedback from the fans. The Masters says to ticket holders, tell us what you think.
They want to know about, you like concessions, signage, are people courteous, prices?
Thousands of golf fans this week are taking time out from the tournament to take part in a Masters survey. These touchscreen computer sites have been set up on the course to take the pulse of the patrons.
To me, it seems like they're interested in what the patrons want. So I was pleased with the survey.
One question could bring a major change to the landscape of the Masters. It's asking fans if they want to see large video screens on the golf course.
Not for the Masters. I don't think it's a good idea. I really don't. I think it kind of takes away from the whole atmosphere.
I went for it because, and you always want what you don't have. And so I said yes, we need it.
I said no, and that's because I'm a traditionalist.
No, I think it's wonderful the way they run things here, and I'd like to see it stay just as it is.
Most of the fans we talked to were not in favor, but how about one who's part of the tradition, a former champion?
If it would bring more excitement to the game of golf, and I'd say go for it. And it wouldn't disturb, I don't think it would disturb anybody. I see nothing wrong with it. Do I think it'll happen here? Not a chance in hell, but it's a good idea.
But fans are being less fuzzy with their feelings as they let the National know the score. At Augusta National Golf Club, George Escala, WJBF News Channel 6.
The Masters is looking for a lot of information. The total survey is 180 questions, but if you do the poll, you don't answer all of them. You get to answer about 35 questions.